If you're experiencing pain in Padmasana, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to talk you through how to know what you might be doing wrong based on where you're feeling the discomfort in your body, plus what to do instead to correct your technique or prepare your body more thoroughly for the posture. I've been through the Padmasana pain myself, so I know what it's like, but I also know that it's possible to get back to a pain-free lotus pose, even if you've had a knee injury. So if you've been hoping and praying to get back to a pain-free lotus pose, then hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, clicking the bell to get notified whenever I post something new. Let's start with the easy one, which is pain in the ankles. If you're in lotus pose and you're experiencing pressure at the front of the ankle joint, then to me that sounds like you've not got quite enough hip flexion to sit in that posture comfortably. If these muscles on the outside of the hip are very tight, then when you come into this pose, they're creating a downward pull on the leg, and that's causing the ankle to press against the thigh. If you want to know how to work on these muscles to create more space, then check out this video where I talk through the postures that I would use in more detail. So if it is ankle pain that you're experiencing, then type ankles in the comments below, and that way I know how many of you are experiencing it, and I can make even more helpful tutorials and other content for you on this specific problem. The second kind of discomfort that you might experience when you're coming into lotus pose is a sharp or hot pinching kind of sensation in or around the hip joint. And if this is something you experience, I actually want you to back off from this pose. Sharp or hot sensations are usually not a symptom of stretching tissues and muscles. That's actually a symptom that you're touching bone to bone. You're getting this compression of your bones against your bones. And in that case, all it means is that you've actually reached your end range of motion in that posture. And the orientation or the shape of your bones and joints have become the limiting factor for you. And obviously you should never push into that kind of pain or discomfort because, well, one, you can't change it anyway. And number two, if you think about bones pressing on bones, then that's just going to cause irritation, inflammation, and more problems for you later down the line. Some bone shapes are just simply not suitable for certain yoga postures, and it can be really hard for us to accept because we see so many yogis doing these amazing yoga postures and we assume that we should all be able to do them, but it's just simply not the case. Our bodies are all so unique, and so we really need to respect the limits of our bodies. But don't worry, because if you find that you don't have the right bone shape to come into this posture, you'll probably discover loads of other postures that you can do comfortably that many other yogis find impossible. If you have experienced this kind of discomfort, that pinching sensation in the hip joint, then type pinching into the comments below. Again, I'm taking note of how many of you are experiencing these problems so that I can create more helpful tutorials for you in the future. Now for the trickier one, which is pain on the inside of the knee when you're coming in and out of lotus pose. If you're experiencing pain in this position, it's probably a sign that you're somehow twisting the knee joint in a way that it's not meant to be twisted. Check out this video where I talk you through my step-by-step technique to come in and out of lotus without twisting the knee joint. And if you work up to the posture in that way, you'll probably find that that knee pain goes away. But let's just think about some of the things you might be doing wrong. The first is not closing the knee joint fully when you come in to the pose. The second is not having the length in the adductors, these inner thigh muscles, to externally rotate the hip. And the third is not having enough stretch in the back of the hip muscles, in the lateral rotators, to be able to safely bring the heel up to the navel without opening the knee joint. So those three things. And I talk you through all of those three different areas in that last video. If that sounds like you, then work more on Baddha Konasana and Janu Shirshasana A to find more openness in the hip before you start coming into the full version. And leave me a comment below saying knees if this was the problem that you were experiencing in your Padmasana positions. I hope you found this video useful and that you've got some ideas on where you might be going wrong in your lotus pose based on the different areas of discomfort that you might be having. So give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Then click the bell and you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Thanks again everyone, and I'll see you soon.